What is the best handgun for beginners? We're going to find out. All right, guys. So the question I get asked more than any other question is, what is the best handgun for beginners? Now, that is a tough question to answer, and I've written an entire blog post on it. I'll put the link in the description, but I don't pick an actual gun. I talk about the things you should consider in choosing a gun. But I keep getting pressed. If you had to choose just one gun, what would you choose? So, if I had to pick just one gun, I would pick the Ruger Security 380. Now, keep in mind, this is just my opinion, and there are arguments to be made for a 22 caliber gun or a 9mm gun, but I'm sticking with my Ruger 380. If you're not familiar with this gun, it is a polymer framed, steel slide, hammer fired pistol chambered in 380. It uses Ruger's light rack system, similar to Smith & Wesson's EZ series. It has a lighter mainspring and a lighter recoil spring, therefore making it a very, very easy to rack pistol. It has a fiber optic front sight, a blacked out rear sight, which I think is the best set going, and easy to see even on a cloudy day. And the trigger is surprisingly good. There's a little bit of mush, but then there's a definitive wall, and then a pretty clean break. It only weighs 19 ounces, and the retail price, at least of the time of making this video, is $300. We've put close to 1,000 rounds through it with 0 malfunctions, and when we bring new shooters to the range, this gun ends up being most people's favorite gun to shoot. Comes with a 10-round magazine with a pinky extension, allowing you to get a full grip on the gun, as well as a 15-round magazine. Here's a quick size comparison of the Ruger Security 380 next to my Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0, which is also chambered in 380, and you can see how much bigger the Ruger is compared to the Smith & Wesson, which is a typical size for a small, compact 380 handgun. And here it is next to an HK VP9, which is a 9mm handgun, about roughly the same size as a Glock 19. And you can see how much smaller it is than the VP9. So it really does just slot in there in the sweet spot where it's smaller than a 9mm, yet it's bigger than most 380s, making it really comfortable to shoot, especially with the 15-round magazine in there, or you can take the 15-round out, put the 10-round in, making it very concealable. With the light rack system and the slide cuts in the slide, it has less reciprocating mass, making it a low recoiling, very fun gun to shoot. And for a first-time shooter, they're going to enjoy shooting it. And if they enjoy shooting it, they're going to shoot more often. And the next thing they're looking for is a low cost. People do not want to invest a lot of money into something until they know that they're going to enjoy doing it and be competent doing it. And finally, new shooters want safety. This particular handgun has 3 safeties. It has a bladed trigger safety. The trigger will not depress until the blade is depressed against it. It also has a manual thumb safety and an internal hammer catch, preventing the hammer from contacting the firing pin unless the trigger is intentionally pulled. In other words, it's drop safe. And there you go. That's why I think it's the best handgun for beginners. Once they learn to shoot, become competent, they can sell it, buy another gun. They'll have a much better idea of what they're looking for, or keep it. It's just a good gun. It would make a great backup gun. My wife carries it every day. She trusts her life with it. By the way, if you want to see the internals, you can check out my takedown video. I'm sure many of you disagree, so tell me what you think is the best handgun for beginners down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, train often, and we'll see you next time. Peace.